Coming up on Juice and Java, the Nutcracker returns to the Syracuse stage.
And Correspondent Teagan Brown is live from the fairgrounds ahead of a go-kart racing championship.
All that and more, Juice and Java starts right now.
Good morning, I'm Ryan Baker.
And I'm Liam Crowley. Thanks for starting your morning with us.
Let's kick things off with the squeeze. The New York State Bar Association announced that Bond, Schoenig, and King series on race, justice, and Central New York is the winner of the New York State Bar Association Innovation Award for medium-sized associations. The series is in collaboration with the Syracuse University College of Law.
This series was created to help examine local and national legal systems and their impact on those historically in disenfranchised groups. The series began with a racial justice community book read and included discussions on the state of police reform in Central New York.
And Syracuse University has announced the enrollment services, which includes admissions, enrollment processing, financial aid, and research, will be realigned with the university's Office of Academic Affairs.
Now, this decision was made following an overall evaluation of the student experience.
The shift from the division of the enrollment will create opportunities to increase the overall depth of academic programs on campus and refine the organizational structure of the student experience.
Enrollment services will officially transition to the Office of Academic Affairs on January 1st, 2022.
3 professional development programs will hit SU this spring, each seeking to focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion.
The development programs are a valuable opportunity for faculty looking to enhance their inclusion skills.
Associate Provost Chris Johnson said, quote, "The university has committed to shared competencies as a framework for the essential skills that students need to acquire while at Syracuse."
Now, participating faculty will be equipped to understanding how learning, goal alignment, and meaningful feedback contribute to a more effective student learning experience.
And more now in local news, East Syracuse Chevrolet, one of Central New York's oldest and largest car dealerships, has been sold to the West Her Automotive Group.
Now, the dealership has been in business itself since 1929, but was recently bought by West Her, which owns 31 other dealerships in New York State.
West Her plans to bring the dealership's workforce up to 95 employees to sell upwards of 3,000 cars each year.
The old owner of the dealership says he sold it because the powerful auto group could handle administrative costs and protect employees better than a loan dealership, providing benefits such as health care to his workers.
In Syracuse, small business owners can now apply for a low-interest loan. The $1 million loan program opened on Friday, December 3rd.
3 kinds of loans are now available based on the size and type of business.
Businesses that have fewer employees may qualify for a micro-enterprise fund, and businesses with 50 or fewer employees may qualify for the Small Business or a Community Assistance Impact Fund.
The loans can be used by businesses to purchase inventory and supplies, as well as a variety of other uses.
With the holiday season comes many traditions like decorations, family gatherings, and for the ballet companies, a production of the Nutcracker.
And to start off the season, Syracuse City Ballet is returning to the theater with a reimagining of the Nutcracker.
The ballet company is performing 3 shows 3 times throughout the weekend at the center's Krause-Heinz Theater.
Artistic director Aldo Catan Santiago is behind this particular production of the show and is introducing some new characters, such as Duke Candy Cane, Countess Mint Truffle, and Empress Macaron to encounter Clara and the rest of the classic cast. Now, Ryan, I don't know about you, but I've seen the Nutcracker back in Boston, I think 5 or 6 years ago, and it's such a classic show, but I like that Syracuse is kind of reinvigorating this new iteration of it.
Yeah, these unique characters for sure are going to put a new spin on the show. You know, these characters to me sound like they're right out of the Candyland board game, which I think is amazing, and I would love to go see the show this coming weekend.
The costumes are going to be insane, and the weather itself is going to be wild. You definitely want to be wearing a coat if you're going to see the Nutcracker. Alex, what else can you tell us about this weekend's forecast?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Right now, it is 40 degrees here in Syracuse, cloudy with 11 mile-per-hour winds. It is pretty cold outside, like Liam was saying, so you are going to want to have a coat out there, but no precipitation just yet. I'll tell you more about that later. And taking a look at our current temperatures across central New York, it's 36 degrees in Rome, 38 degrees down in Binghamton, and 39 degrees in Rochester. Very seasonable temperatures for December. But let's take a look at our game day forecast. Now, this is not Syracuse. I wish it was. This is down in Tallahassee, Florida, where the Syracuse Orange men's basketball team is going to be playing Florida State today. 72 degrees and partly cloudy with a light breeze. Just a gorgeous day down there in Florida. And taking a look tonight, we are unfortunately back here in Syracuse, 36 degrees and cloudy with 12 to 14 mile per hour winds, getting pretty windy out there. But later in the forecast, I'm going to give you your 5-day forecast and your wake-up weather. Back to you guys.
Alex, thank you. After the break, we'll be joined by senior correspondent Teagan Brown at a go-kart raceway.
And we'll give the latest on the COVID-19 numbers.
Grab some juice or Java. We'll be right back.
OTN is on all your favorite apps: Apple TV, Fire TV, and Roku. Search Orange Television Network or OTN. OTN has its best shows, short films, and CitrusTV on demand. Family and friends can watch OTN too. Watch the live stream of OTN to catch live CitrusTV news, live from Studio B, and mornings on the Hill. On or off campus, watch OTN anywhere.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. Things are revving up at the fairgrounds this morning as an indoor go-karting race is taking place.
The 28th annual New York State Indoor Championship is this weekend, and our senior correspondent Teagan Brown is live with more. Teagan.
Good morning, Ryan and Liam. It's definitely going to be a loud day here today at the fairgrounds during this championship, with racers coming in from all over the state to compete. Now, last year, 130 racers took place in the competition, and this year there are well over 100. They don't have an exact number yet. Now, all of these racers are going to be going right over into the next room on an oval track, which is only about 100 feet in diameter, which actually makes it a little bit more difficult to race on due to the closeness of the karts that will be on there. Plus, something that makes it even harder is that there is no straight part of the track. It is continually going around, so you're not able to pick up speed just going in a straight line. Now, earlier as we were here, we spoke with some of the racers about how excited they were, including Austin Egner, who came over and even gave me an autographed card of him and his car, which was pretty neat because many of them have these and find it very interesting and exciting to be here today to race. Now, if you're looking to come down and enjoy some motorsports on this nice Saturday, you can go to the fairgrounds. Admission is $30. You can enter in Gate 2. Reporting live for Juice and Java, I'm Teagan Brown. Ryan, Liam, back to you.
Teagan, thank you so much.
Coming up after the break, the first Omicron variant cases have been discovered in New York.
Correspondent Bradley Hoppenstein tells us how SU is preparing. Stay with us.
Your girls have been with you through every moment of your life. They were with you when you felt unbreakable, With you that time you felt most alone. And with you when you realized you would never be. They were with you when you shared your love with the world. And with you when she became your world. Your girls have never left you. They're still with you right now. But how well do you know them? You don't know much. Knowing your breasts can save your life.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. There are new concerns on campus as COVID cases are once again on the rise and New York State takes action against the Omicron variants.
Joining us now is Juice and Java senior correspondent Bradley Hoppenstein with all of the latest COVID numbers and updates.
Yeah, COVID-19 cases are again on the rise on SU's campus. The current active cases sit at 61. An additional 7 new cases were added yesterday, 4 of them being students. Now, cases were trending downward for a while, hitting their lowest numbers around mid-November, but SU is attributing these new cases to holiday travel and increased community transmission. Cases have continued to fluctuate, though, throughout the semester, so there's really no saying where these new cases came from. But that all brings us here. And in case you haven't been tuning in to Citrus TV's Live at 6, there is yet another new variant of COVID-19, the Omicron variant. The U.S. has already recorded more than 20 Omicron cases, and Vice Chancellor Haney laid out some new actions in a recent email, though not that much is actually changing. The university has already started enhanced wastewater testing. Actually, residents of Flint, Day, Lawrenson, and Sadler dorms had to get tested a few days ago due to wastewater results. But SU is also expanding the campus population selection for random testing and increasing testing capacity. It's also encouraging members of the community to get booster shots if they haven't already. And as expected, SU will be staying at its COVID level red for masking for the foreseeable future. As for New York State handling the Omicron variant, the state has confirmed its first 5 cases. Governor Kathy Hochul is urging New Yorkers to be cautious, but not to panic.
This is not a cause for major alarm. I need to say that because we do not have enough information. We're not having shutdowns. We're not changing our protocols. We are continuing where we are, but making sure that we work in concert together and encourage people to get tested often, get the vaccination, and that again is our best defense.
The governor has already declared a COVID-19 state of emergency and paused all elective surgeries in the state to try to open up more room in hospitals in case Omicron hits as hard as the first COVID wave in 2020. Liam and Ryan, take it from here.
Bradley, thank you. When we come back, correspondent Nicola Ponte is live from Upstate Hospital with ICU capacity updates.
Stay with us.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Welcome back to Juice and Java. Hospital beds and intensive care units in central New York are near full as of this week.
Juice and Java correspondent Nicole Aponte joins us live from Upstate Hospital. Nicole, why are the beds still close to capacity?
That's right, Liam and Ryan. The hospital beds and ICU units right here in Ottawa County, and the hospitals that you're seeing right behind me, they're almost at full capacity. Places like Oswego, Oneida, Guthrie, Cortland, and Upstate General Community Hospital were 100% full capacity, according to the numbers they reported to the state this past week. Now, the one at Upstate Hospital, they're almost at 97%, but here in Ottawa County, there are more COVID-19 patients hospitalized since last January. And the flu is putting more people in the hospital than ever before. This as the county continues navigating through the struggles of the pandemic. Hospitals have been the topic of conversation for many of these past few months. With vaccination mandates for healthcare workers, more nurses have been fired or have left their jobs at the hospitals they work at. And now if there is a low number of healthcare workers at a certain hospital, then only a certain number of beds could be used. The flu season this year is expected to be similar to the one in 2012, which saw hospital admittance at an all-time high. This, along with COVID-19 cases, could mean 100% capacity throughout the winter. And County Executive Ryan McMahon said in a press conference on Tuesday that the state data does not tell the full story and that the hospitals in Onondaga County and the rest of CNY are well equipped to treat more people. But there is still less hospital space in CNY. Last November, there was 290 ICU beds in use after Thanksgiving. On Tuesday, it was 207. And looking at Upstate's numbers, they reported to the state they have 89 ICU beds available and 86 are filled. Now, many of these patients in ICU beds cannot be released because there is little to no room in rehabilitation centers and nursing homes throughout the county. Now, this concerned Rich Governor Kathy Hochul this past week, and she signed an executive order in which hospitals that have 10% or less bed capacity would have to stop all elected surgeries in hopes to relieve the stress for doctors, healthcare workers, and nurses across the hospitals in our county. Reporting live in Syracuse, I'm Nicole Aponte, Juice and Java. Ryan, Liam, back to you.
Nicole, thank you. Coming up after the break, Ryan and I go on Juice and Java's first ever coffee crawl.
And Liam, I don't know about you, but I really could have used some of that caffeine this morning.
I'm right there with you, Ryan. You do not want to miss this.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
For what we're about to do today. You know me, I'm a bit of a coffee enthusiast. I like to review various cups of Joe over on my Snapchat story, and today we are bringing that same flavor over to CitrusTV. We're going to hit multiple shops across the 315.
That's right, Liam. I'm also a big coffee fan. I need my daily dose of caffeine, and we're not hitting one, not two, but 3 coffee shops today. We got a full production crew with us, so a little step up from your Snapchat reviews. Let's go put the Java in Juice and Java.
kicking things off here at Salt City Coffee in Syracuse. Ryan and I both got their signature coffee.
It's called the Qslandia. It's house cold brew with salt and simple syrup shaken up and poured over ice.
That's it. Everybody knows the regulations.
The salt hits me first, to be honest. I like it. The level of sweetness is perfect for me, but I've had bitter cold brew before. I like it. I don't love it.
I'm not a big cold brew guy, but on the Juice and Java scale, I'm going to go in the high 7s for this one, 7.7.
I'm going to give it a 7.3. That is good. We are at Peaks Coffee. Liam and I are splitting a gingerbread latte because it is a marathon, not a sprint. The gingerbread latte is made with blackstrap molasses and house spices. And let me tell you, it is delicious. I'm going high on this one, 8.5.
I'm also a very big fan, but I usually never go with the hot coffee, but still this one is hitting. The gingerbread spices, as you said, are really hitting the mark. I'm gonna go still in the 7s here, 7.2.
Tastes like a warm cookie.
One final stop here at Recess Coffee. Ryan, you know me, I usually like my cups of Joe over ice, but given that it is packed in there, we have to do this final review outside. I went with a hot mocha Java, and let me tell you, pretty solid, a 7.5, but that Salt City cold brew still takes the cake for me.
Sounds delicious. I went with a gingerbread latte, and I'm going to give it a 9.4. Best drink of the day. It's made with Dutch maple syrup and house spices. It's delicious. That about wraps up our first leg of the coffee crawl. This is not the last time we'll be putting the Java in Juice and Java.
Absolutely. More coffee crawls coming in the spring, but for now, Juice and Java, we'll be right back.
And as you could tell, we were pretty cold yesterday out on that coffee crawl. But Alex, can you let us know how the rest of the week is going to be looking? It's going to stay as cold?
Yeah, guys, so taking a look at our 5-day forecast, this weekend we're going to be seeing some overcast skies with some pretty high wind gusts out there. And make sure you get out and support both the men's and women's basketball teams. You're going to have to watch the men's team on the TV because they're down in Florida, like we talked about earlier. And then taking a look at the beginning of the week, on Monday we're going to see some AM rain with some high wind gusts, upwards of 20 to 30 miles per hour. So grab that umbrella, but don't lose it out there. And then as we head into Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to be seeing some snow. On Tuesday, just about 1 inch of snow, not really much to worry about. But as we head into Wednesday, 2 to 6 inches of snow out there, guys. This is going to be one of the heavier snowfalls that we've had so far, but not really too much for Syracuse that we can't handle. And then taking a look at our wake-up weather out there, tomorrow it's going to be 31 degrees, mostly cloudy, with 6-mile-per-hour winds. Just a pretty seasonable day to start out. No precipitation yet until we get into the rest of the week. Ryan and Liam, back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Alex. Ryan, that coffee crawl sure was something else, right? What was your favorite cup of Joe you had that day?
Liam, I know I said it at the end, but the gingerbread latte was insane. I like hot coffee. I can drink hot coffee in the summer, cold coffee in the winter. Does not matter to me. But as we just said, you know, Alex gave us that forecast. It was freezing, Liam. We were really cold.
And with, what was it, recess being as packed as it was, we had to do the review outside. And I'm so glad we actually got some hot coffee. For me, the Qslandia, I was very surprised. I'm not a very big cold brew fan. I usually just like my coffee over ice, not the cold brew mixed with it, but it worked for me.
I'm happy you say that, Liam, because that was my least favorite coffee of the day. You know, I like those fancy drinks, you know. I like all the specials. I like when, you know, the more the merrier in my coffee. That's what I like to say. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. And I know next semester we are probably going to be doing a part 2 for the coffee crawl.
We have to do a part 2, right? The people want a part 2, we'll bring them a part 2.
The people want a part 2. I think we want a part 2. But that is all the time that we have this morning for Juice in Java.
For more Juice in Java content, check us out online at CitrusTV.com and follow us at CitrusTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
I'm Ryan Baker.
And I'm Liam Crowley. Goodbye and good afternoon, Syracuse.